Hello and welcome everybody. Today I'm going to take you through Unit 15 in your OL curriculum textbook titled Hello. This unit is titled Tourism Today. Tourism Today, that's Unit 15. Today we're going to go through vocabulary and some like problematic words. Let's get started. Here we go. That's the very first word that we are going to discuss today. It's the phrasal verb knock down. Simply, what is a phrasal verb? Just to begin with. A phrasal verb is a verb that is composed of or consists of what, as you can see here, it is composed of a verb like knock and the preposition down. Prepositions such as in, on, at, under, between, above, beside, and so on. The word knock down, simply, you can conclude from the picture that the word or like the phrasal verb knock down means to come or to bring something down. To bring something down, to get something to collapse, to destroy something, to demolish, devastate, to ruin, to damage, and so on. That's the word knock down. You can say here that's the building or the small building has been knocked down by a bulldozer. Bulldoze, destroy something, by the way, using this heavy truck or heavy machine. Pull down and knock down is to bring something down, to destroy something. Again, that's a phrasal verb. Let's move forward to the next. That's the on the next slide you're going to find like some different meanings of the word knock. Of course, the meaning of a word varies depending on the upcoming preposition. For example, if you look at the word like knockabout like is to spend your time, like to hang around, like to spend your time lazily with your friends doing something. Knock back, to surprise someone. Knock someone off, maybe to surprise, and so on. So simply, the word has different meanings, and each meanings differs from the other based on what, or depending on what, depending upon the preposition about and back, down, and so on. In our case here, we're going to focus on knock down, which means to demolish. Demolish is to destroy something completely, to wipe something out. Let's move forward or further into the next slide. My apology. Wear away. Again, the word wear, normally used like to put something on. You get dressed, you put on your hat, you put on your t-shirt, you wear something, wear glasses, wear wig, but wear away. What does the word wear away mean, do you think? If you look here at the picture, you can see that, the water has been eroding or has been eating at the rocks or at the shore, so it was like getting smaller, I should say. So wear away, it's kind of like getting smaller or weaker. Smaller, getting smaller in size and getting weaker in strength. Wear away. Because of what? Because, the rain or the water has been eating at it, has been like hitting it. Another word for this is erode. E-R-O-D-E, erode, for wear away. Wear away. By the way, you can also use the preposition if you change the preposition away into down, wear down. If something began to wear down, it began to, like, for people, if a person starts to get or like start to wear down, it means that he or she began to feel tired. Here is the same way. Again, the same rule simply applies to the word wear. Wear down, wear away, wear down, wear off, wear out, wear something down. For example, if you look at the first one of them, you can see here to wear away. Wear away is to disappear, to reduce, like gradually, as I've just like mentioned earlier. Like a bit of grass was worn away because of a spring football practice. The footballers or the players have been playing on the same grass like for a long time, so the grass began to wear away. So what about wear down? Wear down to reduce something, like to reduce the opposition of something gradually, like this strategy was designed to wear down the enemy's resistance, like to weaken it, to weaken something, like to get something to become weak. Wear off, to become less intense. Intense means strong, like less strong, or to stop gradually, like to begin to fade away somehow. Fade away, like to vanish step by step. Like your nervousness will wear off once the exams are over. How do you feel at the beginning of the exam? You feel nervous, but at the end, how do you feel? My nervousness began to wear off, began to become less intense. Another example is, if you can look here, number 4, on the fourth bullet, to wear out. Wear out is to make someone feel very tired, or to exhaust someone. After a long day at work, I got worn out. I got worn out, or I am worn out, or I was worn out. The fifth one of them, on the last, for verb to wear. To wear something down, to use to a point where it starts to deteriorate. What does the word deteriorate mean? To become worse, let's say. To get worse, or to become less, I'm sorry, my apology. To become less intense, or smaller in size. Example, just to illustrate the meaning. I bought this jacket a year ago, but I wear it every day. You keep dressing, or you keep putting, or you keep wearing this jacket. You're putting on, you keep putting on this jacket every day. So it began to wear down. As you can see here, from the next slides, heavy traffic. Of course, you can see that, on the slideshow, from the depiction, Congestion. That's a noun. Congestion means heavy traffic. Heavy traffic. You can say, for example, my father got home late because he was stuck at a congestion, or traffic congestion, like heavy traffic. Heavy traffic. That's an adjective. That's another adjective. One of the most important words here in this unit. Splendid. Splendid. If you some English, such as adjectives such as the word amazing, wonderful, beautiful, attractive, great, awesome, you can simply conclude all these words, or sum them up in just one word. The word is splendid. So if you want to describe the whole scene in just one word, use the word splendid. It was such a splendid view for the hotel, the swimming pool, and all the surrounding green stuff, the palm trees and so on. It's called splendid. Of course, you can conclude, from this depiction, these are the workers, or the staff, the crew members, or the people working somewhere. Please do not mistake the word staff, S-T, or staff, S-T-A-F-F, for the word stuff, S-T-U-F-F. We are going to discuss the word stuff later during this presentation, but of course, these are the hotel staff. You can tell that from the uniforms and confidence, the way they appear, the way they fold their arms. It's lovely, isn't it? Great. Here is another slideshow that represents or portrays a sort of tourism called eco. Again, the word or the part eco or eco means nature or environment. It refers to your environment normally. When I say eco-tourism, here I have a question for you, my audience. Do the tourists in this picture, do any kind of harm to the nature, to the environment? Of course not. That's called green tourism or eco. Eco, again, means environment. It's kind of a tourism in which the tourists do not cause any harm, any damage to nature or to the environment. Normally green one. As you can see here, green tourism causing no harm to nature during tours, during going around, from one place, one spot to another. For the next one is the word cathedral. Cathedral. In fact, the word cathedral is kind of like slightly different from the word church, because the word cathedral is normally like a larger church, a very large, actually, church, normally supervised by or headed by a bishop, like a religious man of some rank or of high rank in Christianity. These cathedrals or religious structures is normally seen in big cities such as Cairo, Alexandria, and so on. Not in towns normally. Towns only got churches, but not cathedrals. If you take a look, at this cup of coffee, how can you describe it? Beautiful, attractive, delicious, perfect, maybe. But you can say, that's something at its best. I've got this cup of coffee as at its best. The best thing you can ever get. That's the expression, at its best. Here's another expression which is composed of an adjective, the word essential, and the preposition for. Essential for. So we normally say essential for. Like very important to. Of course, water is very essential to what? To? Again, very good. Exactly. Growing any kind of flowers, plantations, and so on. Essential for. For example, carbon dioxide is essential for what? For photosynthesis, the process known to introduced to you in science section. That's the next word, nuisance. The word nuisance simply means noise or disturbance when you cause a great deal of noise to someone. Great deal of disturbance. You annoy someone, by disturbing them. Raise your voice, causing lots of noise, and so on. That's the word nuisance. And the word nuisance is a noun. Another word here is the word accommodation. Accommodation, of course, you can see here that the place is well accommodated. Well accommodated means that the place got in the scene, the place got like tables, kitchen, saucepans and pans, glasses, everything you need, everything you need to stay comfortable, to stay relaxed, no matter whether you stay at home or at a hotel. Accommodation. Accommodate is a verb, accommodation is a noun. And the place can be either well accommodated or badly or poorly accommodated. In which, if you say, like, for example, my room in the hotel maybe was poorly accommodated, means like, the room has not got like much stuff. It ain't, for example, got a TV or electricity or running water, faucets, that kind of things. The next word is a verb, is to pretend. What's to pretend? Like normally, like just like to behave, to behave in an unnatural way, unnaturally. You behave as if, for example, you're happy, but actually inside you're not. That's your pretension. You pretend to be maybe someone else. You pretend to be happy. You pretend to be believing in something, but actually, like deep down your heart, you don't. That's called pretend, and the noun is pretension, and the adjective is pretentious. Pretentious is an adjective. When you claim to be honest person, but actually you're not, that's called pretension. You pretend to be honest. You can also pretend not to have seen someone, You've seen him or her, but you pretended as if you did not notice them. Next word is the word stuff. Actually, the word stuff, one of the, I should say, most frequently used words in English language, because simply it can be used with multiple meanings, with multiple indications. The first word, for example, one of the most important meaning, for the word stuff as a noun, I got my stuff, fetch your stuff. Stuff like your objects, your things. When I tell my students, in class, please fetch your stuff Fetch your stuff, like fetch your book, a copybook, a pen, pencil, etc. All the kind of things. But if you try to stuff something, you try to put like a large object. If you look, at this like young lady here in the picture, she is trying to stuff maybe her jacket or like something, I don't know what it is. Maybe a jacket or like a tent. Maybe she was trying to stuff her tent into her bag or backpack. She was trying to stuff it. She was trying to force it inside. It's called stuff. For example, I found out that my kids, my kids' backpack, for example, was stuffed with lots of things: books, toys, food, all that kind of things. They were stuffed into, put or forced into. Next word is the word vacancy. The word vacancy. Vac or vac, V-A-C, normally means or indicates something empty. Like vacation, for example. Vacation is a period of time in which you or a person is not working. It's called vacation. Or vacate your seat. Vacate your seat or vacate. I believe it reads vacate. Vacate your seat, like empty it for someone else. And vacancy is a job vacancy. For example, job vacancy is like an empty job for someone, an empty job for someone to occupy. That's the word vacancy. Like vacancy, a job vacancy, please apply now. The next word is kind of an expression: block the way. Block the way, like to get in the way. You stop people from going further by posing or putting kind of blocks in the ways, kind of impediments, sort of hindrance into the ways. Another word is impede, hinder, hamper, or intercept them, like to prevent them from going further or going on, to get in the way, simply. For example, you can say, the way was blocked. Or, for example, police forces, for example, the police, in this like small town, blocked the way. Another word is reputation. Reputation is a noun, of course, as you can see here, T-I-O-N, normal nouns like station, information, and so on. Reputations, it's like it's how known are you, or something else. Does something, for example, is like well known among people or not? And if it is well known among people, does it have like a good reputation or bad reputation? Known for something good or known for something nasty or something horrible, something unpleasant? For example, Hitler has a reputation. Normally when I say that someone, for example, someone has a reputation, we normally means that this person, for example, has got nasty or something. He is known for something horrible, such as Hitler. When I say Hitler, of course, all the atrocities of war, destruction that was inflicted upon Europe in the Second World War. Of course, Hitler was the cause, for this, simply. On the other hand, someone, might have got good reputation or blessed with a good reputation. He's well known for something positive, something good, something amazing. Maybe they have done before. Here it is, and thank you for today, and see you later. Bye bye.